In Landman Season 2, the battle is no longer just for land or money, the ground trembles before it cracks. Beneath the wide Texas sky, something dark stirs, not in the earth but in the hearts of men chasing what lies beneath it. In this land, every dream smells like oil, and every drop burns with a price. The dust rises with the dawn. The oil fields stretch for miles, silent yet alive, machines moaning in the morning heat, men moving like shadows, bound by hunger, hope, and history. This isn't just land. It's a living beast, one that feeds, betrays, and remembers every soul that dares to claim it. The story of Landman isn't about oil alone. It's about the fight for survival, the thirst for power, and the lies buried deeper than the wells themselves. Season 1 showed us the start, men willing to gamble their lives for riches that never last. Women holding families together while the world around them broke apart, and a land that always demanded more than it gave. Now, the land calls again. Season 2 begins where the ground last cracked, where old debts linger and new fires rise. The people who once dug for fortune now dig for redemption, revenge, or maybe something even darker. The camera moves through the fields, oil flares lighting the sky like false suns, trucks rumbling past faces weathered by loss and greed. No one is clean here. No one ever was. In the distance, a siren wails. Maybe it's a warning. Maybe it's the sound of something being reborn. The voice that narrates is calm, cold, and certain, like the land itself speaking after years of silence. It tells us that this place doesn't forgive. It only waits. The season opens not with victory, but with a question. When the land gives, what will it take in return? The sky above Texas turns the color of steel before the rain. But here the real storm isn't in the clouds, it's under the ground, and inside the people who work it. Deals are made in whispers and promises are traded like currency. Everyone wants a piece of the oil, but no one sees the cracks forming beneath their feet. The pressure is building, just like the wells that could burst at any moment. The men who once stood shoulder to shoulder now face each other with silent suspicion. A handshake means less than it used to. Behind every smile, there's a secret waiting to surface. The land listens to it all, the lies, the threats, the desperate bargains, and it waits for the perfect moment to strike back. In the distance, the wind picks up dust from the rigs, spinning it into golden smoke that hides the truth. One spark, that's all it takes to set everything ablaze. A family feud turns into a fight for control. A friend's betrayal becomes a death sentence. And through it all, the sound of drilling never stops, steady, merciless, like a heartbeat that refuses to die. As thunder rolls, we see flashes of faces, a man holding a gun and shaking hands, a woman burning a letter she should have never read, a child staring at the horizon where fire touches the sky. The storm is not coming. It's already here. And when it hits, no one will be untouched. Not the rich in their glass towers. Not the workers covered in oil and sweat. In Landman Season 2, the battle is no longer just for land or money. It's for the truth buried in the mud, and for the souls of those who dare to dig it up. The storm leaves more than wreckage behind. It leaves silence. The kind that sits heavy in the air, the kind that forces everyone to face what they've done. The oil fields are still, but the people aren't. They're broken in ways that no one can see. Out here, power has a price. And every drop of oil is paid for with blood, love, or sanity. We see a father standing at the edge of the rig, his hands stained black, staring at the horizon where the sun refuses to rise. He once dug for wealth. Now he digs graves, for dreams, for trust, for the man he used to be. Somewhere else, a woman drives through the empty roads, headlights slicing the dark. She's holding on to a promise that's already slipping through her fingers. Her voice trembles as she speaks to no one. It was never about the oil. It was about what it took from us. The land holds their secrets like a jealous god. Every scream, every lie, every quiet goodbye sinks into the dirt. But nothing stays buried forever. The past starts to resurface, in old photos and unmarked envelopes, in the look of someone who knows too much. Guilt becomes a ghost that follows each of them, whispering, reminding, waiting. And still, life goes on. The drills start again. The money keeps flowing. But beneath the noise, hearts break in silence. Friends become strangers. Lovers become enemies. Even the innocent learn that survival here isn't clean, it's cruel. The land doesn't care who's right or wrong. It only takes Dot in this new season. Landman becomes more than a story about oil. It's about what happens when people trade their souls for survival. It's about the lines they cross when they believe no one is watching. And when the dust finally settles, it asks one brutal question. How much is a man worth when the land owns his heart? Night falls over the oil fields and the world holds its breath. The machines sleep for a moment, but the land never does. Beneath the surface, fire moves like veins of anger waiting to ignite. A lone light flickers in the distance, the beginning of something new. Or maybe the end of everything that came before. The people who survived the storm now stand at a crossroad. They've lost too much to turn back, and yet the land keeps calling, whispering promises of power, redemption, and ruin. In the quiet, a voice cuts through. The land remembers what we forget. And just like that, the fight begins again. But this time it's personal. This time, it's war. Faces once hidden in shadow now step into the light. Not as heroes, not as villains, but as survivors. The man who betrayed everything he loved stares into a mirror, unsure who he's become. The woman who swore she'd walk away now stands ready to burn the world that took everything from her. Their stories collide, sparks flying in slow motion, boardroom deals, backroom threats, a gun laid on a desk like a promise waiting to be kept. The drums rise. The wind screams. The land shakes once more. We see oil fires painting the night red, the reflection of flames in tear-filled eyes, and a single word flashing across the screen. Landman. The sound builds like thunder chasing lightning. Every heartbeat, every breath, every secret is rushing toward one inevitable moment, and then silence. The screen goes black. A single line appears, glowing like heat off desert sand. Landman Season 2, premieres Sunday, November 16th, 2025. A heartbeat echoes once, twice, then fades into the hum of the earth itself. The land has awakened again. And this time, it's taking back what's owed.